Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently working on grinding our way up through Central America, and it is a grind, for sure. We were stuck over here for quite a long time, but we've finally started to make some real progress, and looking at the state of the logistics map, I think we're going to continue making progress at least for a little while here. I'm a little bit concerned about this Guatemala point here with one supply. That's a little concerning. We'll have to see what that's actually like when we get up there. Now, are we currently having a breakthrough here? Kind of-ish. We're kind of-ish having a breakthrough, but not for a while. They're going to have reinforcements coming in from down here for a little bit. I do want to check in on our air superiority over here. And, yeah, I mean, this is our average mission efficiency here. I was told that you can click on this in order to check the actual air superiority. This is our aircraft detection. Where exactly in here is this? I probably should have checked and looked at this before I started recording this, but it's not a thing that happened. Oh, it's right here, of course. Okay, fair enough. For some reason, well, I know the reason. It's because I'm a little bit colorblind. I had a hard time seeing the differential between these two lines, so I didn't even really look at that. But yeah, that's 100% what it is. Gotcha. Okay, so that is pretty excellent. This is still in Central America here. So we're going to be pushing up through here relatively soon-ish. These guys are actually in full retreat right now, but as I said, they have more reinforcements on their way up here. Now let's take a quick look at our naval invasion progress over here. We have about 50 days on that. So that's fine. We are, of course, currently working on minesweeping the Gulf of Mexico. And we're making good progress on that, actually. We've removed about 30% of the mines. So that's excellent to see. And ultimately, I believe that it's just a matter of time until we push up through here. I really, really do. That said, we do have this set up, and I would like to find our airborne divisions. Here they are. I would like to... What is the range of a jump from this airbase? Not viable, it looks like. Okay, never mind. It was worth a try. Once we push up to this airbase, that might be something that we can do. But we'll have to make sure that we get air superiority over... What is this? Over here. Yeah, the Yucatan Peninsula. Yeah, that's definitely something that we'll need to do. Excellent. I like how we still have a lot of these... old air superiority locations. I mean, they're still not bad, right? It will help our naval superiority in these regions. They have a lot of air superiority in eastern Canada. You don't say! Although, they've been doing a lot of damage up in Greenland and Iceland, and we may want to look at this. Yeah, this is a lot of units up here. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. And I'm going to change the... Okay, these are already jet fighters. I'm going to bump that up to 400. Oh, we can have up to 600 here. Noted. Up to 600, and we're going to tell them to air superiority over the Labrador Sea. There. That will hopefully keep them out of there a little bit. Wait, they're attacking northern South America? No, there's no air units active there. It's just it looks red. Okay. Whatever. How are we doing over here? Our push is ongoing. However, their reinforcements are also ongoing as well. But it won't be long now until we push over into Puerto Barrios, or as I would like to mispronounce that, Puerto Burritos. Sounds delicious over there. I mean, ultimately, we need to add it to our collection, right? There's a lot of things over here that we need to add to our collection. Regardless, we're just trying to open up the front here so that we can push across the majority of North America in a much more manageable fashion. These choke points are rough for us. There's no doubt about that. Let's check in on our logistics, see if we are lacking in anything. Not really. There are a few things that we're not making, but we have very large stockpiles of those things, so I'm not actually interested in making more of them. Yeah, we seem to be completely fine. Wonderful. What about our constructions? Our constructions are ongoing, to be sure. We've actually finished the majority of our constructions over here. I'm reasonably happy to see that. Yeah, our supplies have definitely come up here a little bit. Okay. So we've got about 97 supplies to throw at their 45, which is why we're seeing ourselves winning these battles consistently. And at this point, it's just a matter of time until we break through strongly enough that they can't reinforce from the south over here. I'd like for us to be simultaneously attacking over here, actually. So, like, if we could take these guys and tell them to attack over here, that would be amazing, but... like, stop. Come on in over here, lads. Like, I don't actually want them to attack over here, right? I just want them to tie up these reinforcements. That's the main goal there. Well, we do have some units on the way over there, and we may be able to push them out quickly enough. Maybe. I mean, they're getting crushed as they go in there, right? And we're crushing them very quickly. That's a big group, though. That group may not get crushed quickly enough. Yeah, that reset our movement. Okay, fair enough. But that's why I want to also be attacking over here. But unfortunately, the general seems to have forgotten that this province exists. So that's a thing. How are we doing on that naval invasion? 72 out of 84 days right now. Okay, and I'm also interested to see who are we primarily fighting over here. A lot of Ojibwa troops and Australian troops. Interesting. I would not mind, actually. Hi, Empty Research. I would not mind starting up having somebody... Let's see, where is this guy right now? He's up here? Yeah. I'm going to have him start building an intel network over here. Wonderful. Once he's done with that, then we will be able to get ourselves some combat bonuses against these guys. Our other intelligence operative, though, and we can recruit another one, and we probably should. We're going to start working on a network in Ojibwa. And this guy, he should be working in Chickasaw. Where is he currently? Oh, this guy. This guy should be working in Chickasaw. There we go. That way, hopefully, we can start doing this. And we should definitely be decrypting Chickasaw right now. Excellent. That'll give us some combat boosts against these guys. Those appear to be the primary three we're against, although this is... Okay, that's Chickasaw, yeah. This is the primary three that we're against over here. So I'm reasonably comfortable with that. That said, we're definitely slowly grinding our way through here. Like, they're taking huge losses over here, right? At least I'm assuming they are. I mean, at the same time, they do... their manpower is actually coming down. Ojibwa has 12 to 14 million manpower. That's a lot. And Australia is definitely reducing their manpower quantities. Okay, well, it's fine. We're just waiting at this point for this to finish up, as well as for us to get a few combat bonuses, or for them to get sufficiently exhausted over here. But I think they have enough units that they're just cycling in a circle here, that they constantly are bringing fresh units in, which, fair enough. It's probably something they should be doing. We're attacking from 2 different provinces here, which is always convenient. And we're making... I would say we're making good progress here. Like, we're winning the manpower and supply war, right? That's the primary goal right now, is that we're winning the manpower and supply war. Now, these guys are going to continue retreating, but they're just going to continue shuffling back in until we manage to cut off their supplies, which is the point, of course, of this. We'll see if this army survives it. I'd love to hit this naval base. I mean, can we activate this? Oh, we could right now. Excellent. So I think we will. At the very least, I'm interested in seeing what happens. I don't really care about the army one way or another. We've got plenty of manpower. We can always ramp up our recruitment. Like, in fact, we may want to. We may want to, like, double our recruitment right now. There we go. Recruitment doubled. Excellent. And in the meantime, we will see what they've got up here for defenses. We'll see how prepared they are for this. I would love to land here and immediately push here and grab these 3 provinces. That would be an ideal scenario. Just completely cut off supplies over here flowing from the north here so that all their supplies have to come from the Yucatan. That would be amazing for us. Okay, they're backing off a little bit over here, but we're still doing combat with a lot of them over there. Fair enough. Okay, it looks like they do have troops over here. Noted. So these guys are almost certainly going to turn around. Fair enough. Now, and away they go. Yep. As expected. I'm not surprised by this. I'm really not. This is pretty much what I expected to have happen there. But overall, it's still worthwhile for us to keep the pressure on them up over here. In the meantime, I do believe that we will eventually push through this. Eventually. The question is, how long will it take? And that is quite the question. It'll probably take a fair amount of time. One thing we may want to consider doing is, instead of doing this naval invasion, and we have this naval invasion planned, apparently. Instead of doing this naval invasion, let's instead do something a little bit more along the lines of this. No, I don't want to delete that. I keep doing that. And then I did delete it, despite not wanting to. Okay. Something a little bit more along the lines of this is, I think, perhaps more likely to succeed. Even that, we're pretty likely to lose these guys, but if we can cut off the Yucatan, just in general, that would also be a pretty good thing for us. And then we'd be able to squeeze their supply line on this front. That would be another useful thing. For now, of course, we will wait for them to prepare for that, and we should probably check in on our cryptology for now. It's not going super quickly. That's fine. That is, of course, to be expected. And we will continue putting these guys in over here. Yeah, we have free civilian factories. We kind of don't care right now. There's not really anything to build. We've kind of built all the things. I mean, we could build more naval bases, right? Like, we could spam 1,000,000 of them, but I don't think it really matters. I don't think it's particularly useful for us to do that. Well, we'll just continue attritioning this. We would get through this eventually. I'm reasonably certain about that. But we do need to work on some political power. Specifically, our war support, not so good. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on war support against some of these guys over here. And in the meantime, I want to manage subjects here. Yeah, America, you guys aren't doing so well. I'm going to lend lease you guys, and we're going to give them like 1 trillion convoys. And by 1 trillion, I mean 1,500 convoys. And that will, of course, work down their autonomy. Excellent. So we'll be able to demote them just as soon as that actually arrives. We don't have a national focus because I want the political power right now, of course. Excellent. So they're moving more reinforcements up here. That's very expected. They're just going to keep doing this cycle over and over and over again. And I'm okay with it. I really, really am. Like, this is bleeding out their supplies, something fierce. In the meantime, of course, we'll continue to poke around their edges and see if we can find anything. And we'll continue to sweep out mines in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh wow, we've made a lot of progress over there. They're down to 128 mines. Okay. I like it. And we're just going to keep the pressure on over here. Unfortunately, we're not really going to get any additional supplies because this is all part of one state and we're damaging the infrastructure. But that's okay. We are, of course, also repairing the infrastructure, but there's only so much speed with which we can repair that infrastructure as these battles rage on. Let's see. Other things that we could do is we could improve worker conditions for the weekly stability. Actually, I don't mind that. We don't need consumer goods factories right now. Do it. We'll improve some worker conditions so that we can improve our stability. Wonderful. And our war support will hopefully come up a bit as well. Enemy bombing is definitely hurting us a bit, but ultimately, I don't really feel like this war support is that bad. Like, only having it at 15%, I kind of... Well, 17 now. I kind of don't care. Mobilization speed, surrender limit, and daily command power gain multiplier. Hooray. Like, I don't find any of those to be tremendously useful right now, anyway. I'm not saying that they're never useful, just that in this situation, I don't think it's the biggest of deals. So this battle is, of course, ongoing. This is expected. Oh, hello. We have an unassigned division. We're going to move this in over here. Wonderful. And another one. Fantastic. We're doing very well over here, and as far as our mine sweeping goes, we almost have these mines gone at this point. We have 100% naval supremacy in the Gulf of Mexico, so that is great. We're just sweeping out those mines. They're down to 25 remaining. Speaking of things that they have 25 remaining of, actually they've got more than 25 troops here. They're just constantly circling these, is what they're doing. And it's working for them. I mean, they're holding us off. The question is, will it last forever? And the answer is no. No, obviously. It won't last forever. They will eventually run out of men to throw at this. Or supplies to give the men. One or the other. Like, they can't maintain this, surely. We're just winning battles constantly here, like 100% of the time. We are never not winning these battles. Unfortunately, our supply woes do give us some slight pause here. I wouldn't necessarily mind having some transport planes in the back line here. Yeah, let's actually put in 200 transport planes here and see about just getting those couple extra supplies to the front. That might be the difference in pushing through this. So let's grab some transport planes. Bump this up to 200. And we will set these to air supply up in this region. Specifically, I want them to air supply like this army. Excellent. They have arrived-ish. Not all of them have arrived, but one of them has arrived. Excellent. And we should be airdropping in a little bit. Yeah, 0.46, 0.12. I mean, a tiny amount of supplies are being airdropped in. That might, however, just be enough. I don't think we can actually adjust America's situation here because they don't actually have any territory. Of course, we were able to do that before. Yeah, I don't think we're able to really do much with them until we liberate them, which will happen eventually. For now, of course, we will continue working on our war propaganda. And maybe repairing the Suez Canal, or the Panama Canal, rather. That might be something that we do. In fact, we probably should. But our improved worker conditions and war propaganda are still ongoing. Let's check in on our cryptology. 5 days left for Chickasaw. Ideal. Do we have all 200 planes down here now? Yes, we do. And let's check in on our supply map mode up here. And we can see that we have almost 10 supply coming in from air now. Actually, we do have 10 supply. Now, that is actually working quite well. 10 supply is a big deal in this situation. I'm very, very happy to see 10 supply there. Cypher for Chickasaw is now ready to be deployed, and so we shall. Activate it. Let's get ourselves some sweet, sweet combat bonuses against Chickasaw. Now that's of course only useful when we're fighting Chickasaw, like we are right now. They're just piling in those infantry. But they can't stay there forever. They will need to be cycled out. So that's good for them. In the meantime, our naval invasion is only 20 days away at this point. So that's excellent. And how are we doing on our recruitments? Okay, yeah, I was just going to ask. Or I was literally just asking. I figured it was about time for another recruitment. Excellent. Yeah, I'm feeling reasonably comfortable with having these guys doubled. I think this is going to be fine. We can definitely see that our manpower is dropping a little bit at this point, but I'm interested in increasing the size of this army group, so I'm quite okay with that. In fact, this airborne division shouldn't even be part of this army group, and so this army group needs quite a lot of additional units. So, more recruitment will be just fine. In the meantime, of course, we are slowly working on chipping away at this. But honestly, I think it's going to be a naval invasion that probably pushes this. Even if they just have to pull a few troops back to deal with it and stack wipe us, that's still worthwhile. As long as we get some form of successful landing over here, that's all we really need. I do want to check our construction here. Okay, we've still got available civilian factories even with improving worker conditions, so that is great to see. That enemy bombing is not helpful, and I think the enemy bombing is pretty much only up here, and we may not want to actually be... What are these guys assigned to? Are they not assigned to anything? They're just waiting for orders. We probably want them to be on interception. So yeah, we'll just send them out to be on interception. Apparently, can we assign them to 2 locations? No, but I want to prevent bombing in Greenland if we can, so we're just going to work on that. If we check up here, we have air units, but okay, air superiority is currently at 0, and yeah, they have a fair amount of air power there. However, it should be fine. You know what we could do? And you know what we should do? We could put up 5 anti-air up here, as well as over here, just to be absolutely sure. Maybe like over here as well. I mean, it's not like we're using these civilian factories for anything. We should put some anti-air in. Excellent. And how are we doing over here? we're ready to go, but I think that is something for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and hopefully we'll make some progress next episode. That would be nice. See you all then.